Hi, Simon here, and here we are coming up to the holiday season here in New Zealand, which for a lot of people means it's DIY season, which means it's painting time. And I just wanted to raise some awareness with this video because painting, as it turns out, contributes to ocean microplastics in an unexpectedly high way. So let's jump into some more detail on that. So here we are in the famous presentation, or by now the famous presentation. Ocean microplastics is under biosphere, water, ocean pollution. So, ocean microplastic pollution is mostly from paint. What are ocean microplastics? First, these are fragments of plastic less than 5 millimeters in size, that's the definition. And of course, there's a lot of attention to that these days because they're finding them in the food chain, up and down the food chain, marine life, terrestrial life as well. But we're talking today about the marine life. So that's obviously bad, and also bad because we don't really know what the impacts are, but we can be sure they're not good. So it used to be thought that most of the pollution, microplastics, came from road dust, tire dust from roads and textiles, and other contributing things like breakdown of fishing gear. But it turns out actually the largest source is paint. This is from a report from the Swiss consultancy Earth Action. So 52 million tonnes of paint was produced in 2019. That's the reference year they used for their study. And of that, about 19.5 tonnes was plastic. Now, it used to be that we used to use lead in paints. That turned out to be a bad idea for other reasons, so we replaced lead with plastics. Acrylic paint is basically a plastic polymer. So about, you should see, 19 out of 20 out of 52, a significant proportion of your paint is plastic. The rest is pigments and other binders. That's about 5% of all plastic produced in a year, so that's quite a lot. However, a surprisingly large amount over the life cycle of your paint application, 40% is lost or leaks into the environment over time. And about 1/4 of that leaks into the ocean in the form of microplastics. There's some macroplastics as well, large chunks, but we're talking about the microplastics. And this is by far the greatest share of ocean microplastic pollution. You add up all the tire dust, the textiles, everything else combined, 1.5 megatons. Paint microplastics, 1.9 megatons. So that's quite a surprise. So how does that actually happen? Find the right button, move to the next page. Sometimes it's losses due to misapplication. When people are applying paint, it's overspray, which goes into the environment. It's wear and tear. The paint degrades over time. And a lot of it is at end of life, when paint is either removed to be reapplied, so grinding, sanding, these type of things, paint gets into the environment. And also from disposal. If you dispose of an item which is painted, then the paint goes along with the item. And so how does that happen in the marine world? Well, a lot of it is from the pretty much equally industrial, architectural, and marine sectors. The architectural sector is all the painted buildings in the world. So there's a lot of paint applied, so therefore proportionately a high volume of paint loss. Marine paint has lower volumes but higher loss rates because a lot of marine paint apparently is designed to degrade. Anti-fouling paint, that's what it does. So it's not great. What can we do about it? It's probably not a heck of a lot initially, but awareness. Start with raising awareness. So if you're doing some painting this DIY season, try and minimise your losses. If you're sanding off and you're near a waterway, try and keep that crap out of the waterways. And one thing I do when I'm washing up my brushes, I use this paint removal system, which I bought from Rosine, and it works. I mean, it's not fabulous, but it works. One small thing just for the quote unquote holiday season. Enjoy your painting.